Hi, boys and girls. Okay, so we are done with the body and we are moving on to force and motion. And as we said last time, a force is a push or a pull. And you were working on building a game that had a marble in it that you could move around. So what we're doing right now is something a little different. What we're going to do right now is we are going to make our own game. It'll be like a curling game. So I have a bowl, okay? And then I have a cup. And you can see that the circumference of this circle is a little bit smaller than my bowl. And then I have a glass, and this one is smaller than the last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these three things and I'm going to draw around them. So let me put this down so that you can see. So here we are. Okay, I put the bowl down first on my piece of paper. And I put it towards the end and I make sure that it's even on both sides. And then I'm gonna draw around with a blue marker. See that? And so now I have a nice circle that I made with my blue marker. Well, now I'm gonna put my glass that's just a little bit smaller inside of that circle. And I'm gonna draw with my blue marker again. Okay, that's not too hard. And now for the last one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to draw around the smallest glass with my red marker. Why am I drawing around these glasses? It's because it really helps me to make circles so that they are pretty good. Now, inside of this circle that I just drew with the red marker, I'm going to put a quarter right in the middle of that. And I'm going to draw around the quarter. So when you look at it, you've got one blue ring and then you've got a red ring. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna color this red one in so that it's right here. I'm gonna color this whole thing like a donut, red to red. I'm gonna leave the middle white. That's important. That's gonna be an important part of our game. So now I color all of this in really nicely. I do my best coloring. And then I'm gonna color the blue ring in. And I'm gonna do my best coloring for the blue ring. So I take this and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna color it. And I'm gonna color the whole blue ring in. The blue ring is on the outside. So that in the end, all of this will be colored in. Here we go. I do my best coloring. So that you can see this will be all blue and this is red and I leave this white in the middle. Okay, so far so good, right? I'm gonna show you the next one. All right, I am actually gonna do that 2 times. Okay, I colored in my own blue and red circles with a white circle in the middle. And then if you look carefully, I drew an X in the middle of the circle and I put one empty sheet in the middle and I have one empty sheet with a line down the middle. And then here's my other one. And I put the X in the middle of the circle there. So now I was thinking to myself, you know, this isn't so smooth. What could I do to make it smoother? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put packaging tape on this so that if I put strips of packaging tape on it, it will be smooth. Well, why do I want it to be smooth? Well, when something is smooth, that means that it has less friction and that it'll go easier. So I'm gonna put the packaging tape on this and I'll be right back. Okay, so boys and girls, here I am. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this last bit of tape down so that now my surface area is nice and smooth. You can even see how shiny it is. Well, why would I want it smooth? Well, believe it or not, people play curling on ice. And the ice has very little friction. So the rocks that they throw, that's what they call them. They're not really rocks. The rocks that they throw slide. So by putting the tape on this, I made the least amount of friction. Now you could add a border here. You could put a yardstick or a meter stick if you have it, and you could put one on the other side too. And these could become your lanes. So that if I put this here like this, now I've got 2 lanes. Now I have to decide, how am I going to go ahead and play this game? Well, I have some pennies, and one team can be heads and the other team can be tails. Heads is when you see Abraham Lincoln, and then the other side is tails. So I would make these all the tails, and I would make these heads. And then what's going to happen is you will start all of them down at one end. So they're all gonna start down here. And then you take a turn and you can flick it or you can push it, but it has to get to the other side. So here you are, and you can do this, and you could give it a good flick. Oh, now that would stop because it's in the blue. But then here comes the heads, and it's their turn. And they can flick it. Oh, theirs is also in the blue, here and here. So then the tails people would go again. They would flick. As soon as it hits the circle, you cannot flick anymore. Okay? The whole point of the game is to score points. You want to be covering this white circle in the middle. That's called the button, the little tiny circle. If yours covers it, you would get the most points. If yours is on the red, you would get some points for that. And if yours is on the blue, you would get some points for that. I will let you decide how many points you want. Maybe you want it to be 10 here in the middle, and then you want it to be 7 on the red, and maybe you want it to be here 3 on the blue. That's up to you. And there are some instructions online. I'll put that in the resource section for you, but I think that you'll have fun with this. It's a curling game, and you just made it yourself. Pretty awesome. Curling on the ice does not have a lot of friction, right? Not a lot of friction. Can't wait to see what you come up with.